What's up, everybody? I'm Sheepshifter. Welcome to Dat Wrasslin podcast. I'm here with Ben Rivers and Killswitch, who had to go take a mean, wicked dump. And then Soulamazin is conspicuously absent at the current time.
Yeah,
Updates.
again.
Updates further ahead in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll kind of just, wait for Streetkilln to get off the pot.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Of course.
What's up, Feck? This isn't a universe mode. No, you're not booked, son.
Yeah, Yep. Every single it's like, every single podcast we always get asked that same question all the time. Am I booked tonight? No, because it's the universe. No, it's the podcast. Oh, that's okay.
So let's see if we can see where old Soulamazin is. Shoot that man a text.
Well, can we actually...
well, let's not get into it. Let's wait till we can get like everybody's thoughts and opinions on these things. Let's not just, jump right in there. I do want to have more than just us discussing it. So,
okay.
Give me just a second. We'll get logged into the chat so I can chat with you guys when we're going a little bit too heavy to respond to you.
Yep.
Overall, though, I would say that it was a pretty good to decent week on Raw and SmackDown without getting into any details. I was pretty okay with almost everything. There were a few bad spots and a few good spots. Didn't get to watch NXT. To be honest, I didn't get to watch all of Raw and SmackDown either, but I kind of got the abbreviated versions. I've had a rough couple weeks at work. It's been pretty hectic, you might say. So guys, don't forget to share and subscribe to Dat Wrasslin podcast. Make sure you let your friends know. Tell your friends, your family, your friends' families. Just go all out, guys.
Also, by the way, guys, one like equals one prayer. Well, right from my my computer right now, because it's like literally going absolutely slow right now. It's going so slow.
That doesn't surprise me, Ben.
Every single podcast.
This is
make sure you tell your
that was
aunts and
a
uncles.
long diarrhea.
My computer decided to go slow.
Whoa, of course. Put that on stream, why don't you?
Oh yeah, well, you told. That's what you told. I thought you told us that to let everyone else know.
Well, god damn it, Street.
My bad. Thought it was general and public information. Thought you were gonna be like, "Hey guys, I'm back from my diarrhea. It was wicked painful."
Yeah. Well, I'm sick, so there's nothing I can do about that.
Sure, blame it on the sickness.
Get up, get down with the sickness. Alright, what are we getting into here?
Alright, so we were just kind of waiting on
Streetkilln
to get here. So now we're here, Monday Night Raw. We kick things off with Roman Reigns coming out to continue his little whodunit caper. He definitely wants to know who done it. And Dolph Ziggler was having none of that. He's like, you know what? Really, you just almost got hurt, but I got speared 3 times by Goldberg. And then he had a match with Dolph Ziggler, and of course Dolph Ziggler lost.
Yeah, he got buried. We should say he got buried.
Well, I mean that's nothing new.
Again, as always, he gets buried.
So
no cap.
Pretty much running off on an abbreviated version because I only got to watch maybe half of Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch a lot of Raw either, so it was all good.
And the SmackDown was I got to watch most of it.
I missed the first half.
Well, you missed Roman Reigns versus Dolph Ziggler. Did you see the King's Court?
Nope.
Yep, King's Court.
So Jerry Lawler comes out and he's about to do
Oh,
his...
yeah, I seen that, I did.
Yeah, he's going to do his little thing with Sasha Banks, but the video, I liked the way they did it this time. You know, the video started going weird, and it's like Jerry Lawler was like, "Oh, I know what this is. Oh, hell no!" And he took off running, basically.
No, get out of here.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny and very in character for Jerry the King Lawler, and I think that was a good way to go about that. But he didn't quite make it out. He made it to the end of the ramp, and he got caught up and got hit with that mandible claw. So I guess it's official that's a Fiend maneuver.
Yep.
So definitely a good segment. I was glad for it. I had no problems with that. I think the Fiend may be one of, if not the best thing going on Raw.
I agree.
Or on WWE in general. So,
Next
one
match
second, guys.
we had. Okay.
Alright. No problem.
Well, the next match order was like a little bit of a tag match, and I'm actually and I'm gonna wait Sheik to
Okay, I'm back. So, you had
so we get into a next match. It's a tag match between The Miz and Ricochet versus Baron Corbin. Yeah, boring Baron Corbin, by the way, and Drew McIntyre in a tag match. Your thoughts on it, guys? Thoughts on this match? Because I believe actually, because this match
pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I didn't have any problems with it.
Huh?
I didn't really have any problems with it at all. I mean, it's fine for what it was.
Yeah.
Why does Baron Corbin look like one of those street thugs now? With his new attire he's got now. Why does he look? Man, he just looks like a street thug to me.
New attire? I don't think it was really that new.
Well, it was the pants, and then it was just like
Well, he's wearing a tank top. He doesn't usually wear that, so it throws Ben off.
Well, I guess
Oh, he changed shirts. He's not the same person.
Yep.
That's the way Ben sees it.
Out.
Yeah, and he actually lost to Ricochet and The Miz. So thank you, Miz and Ricochet, for beating Corbin.
Yep. So next up we had the United States champion AJ Styles taking on Braun Strowman. Strowman won, but because of disqualification, because of the club and all that stuff. And this just built up towards the main event, which led to Rollins coming out helping Braun Strowman, and then they cut to a promo later on in the night where they were like, maybe we should just challenge them for the tag titles, which is kind of silly and whatever, but they went from that.
Good storytelling right there, by the way. No good storytelling.
And we'll hold off on the main event for when we get there. Next up was one of the highlights of the night, in my opinion. You had a King of the Ring match, one of the qualifying matches, I guess you would call it that. Samoa Joe taking on Cesaro. I kind of think everybody knew which way this was going to go, but they knew it was going to be good regardless because of the level of talent involved in the match. So I think everybody that watched this was probably pretty satisfied, if just based on a performance aspect.
Yeah, very true.
Did you see this one, Street?
I don't remember if I did.
You don't remember?
I know I went back and seen some, but I didn't see much. I think what I seen was that match with Baron Corbin in the thing with King's Court, and then I seen the main event. Well, basically, yeah, the two matches. They call them match or main event.
Gotcha. So we had another 24/7 title segment. Elias came out basically doing a quote-unquote farewell concert, whatever. But, of course, tell everybody where you're at, and they're going to come rushing out. So R-Truth came out to try to take his title back, and for like the first time since we've had that title, somebody kicked out of it. Every time you see somebody get pinned, it's always just immediate victory.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, it's always the
So
same
maybe a
every
bit
single
of a
time.
refreshing change of pace, but I think that
Oh,
title
it's
is
just,
starting to lose some of its steam.
yep. Yeah, I actually definitely kind of actually agree. So when R-Truth, when R-Truth he actually had the title, it was kind of like entertaining. As soon as and then as soon as when they actually took the title off R-Truth, that's like where, then that's actually when it lost a lot of excitement, for that title. Yeah, that's like where it just lost everything for it. To be honest.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. You don't just gotta it's either doing great or you hate it. Just give it a little time. If things aren't going well at the current moment, it could always get better, especially when R-Truth's involved.
Yeah.
R-Truth. I mean, alright, the title, okay, is it? I don't know how I feel about it, the 24/7 title right now. Like,
What?
I don't know how I
Feels like,
really
you know,
feel
it
about it right
feels
now. Like,
like
it
it's
was
starting to move.
entertaining at the beginning, and then it's kind of falling off. They have to switch it up some more.
Yep.
Oh, how do you propose they do that?
I don't know, like, give it to someone else.
Well, they gave it to like 10 people in one night. What do you mean give it to someone else?
Well, the main focus is R-Truth, is what I'm saying. And I don't mind that, but I think
I don't think that's the
like,
part that's
what
getting old.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
kind
really
of like,
getting
it's
old,
like the
but it's just
repetitiveness for it. Isn't it like the repetitiveness? Of every
kinda.
single person, who always actually wins it, they always actually lose it about probably about 24 seconds after they usually lose it after. So yeah.
True, 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 true. I
I
don't know.
don't
I
have a
think they
problem with
need
that
to.
either.
I think they need to just have. Okay. I think that they were kind of wearing it down on R-Truth in the beginning, because I don't see how long this can go with R-Truth being the main focus. I mean, not saying that R-Truth ain't good or anything. Like, obviously he's a great entertainer and
Well, he's
everything, but
carried
I
that
think
whole
it's gonna be,
thing, you know. I don't think
huh?
I don't think
Yes,
that's
he has.
necessarily the problem. He's carried the title, the whole run.
I
Even when he
know he
didn't have it,
has,
he was
but
still carrying it.
it can't be the main focus the entire time they have it. They have to eventually move on to somebody else.
They're gonna
Like,
have to
if
I actually
the
have them in
whole
the
point
stream.
of the 24/7 champion is so that people also get to hold it, not just for a second, but at least to have some glory, not just one person. They're basically doing what they do at every other title at this point. If you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to catch my drift here, it's like they come up with these titles just to focus it on one person for like a long period of time and basically just drag it on, and then everybody else in the locker room gets left out. Either they get left out or you hold it for like, I don't know, a fraction of the time anyone else ever does. They don't really get much notice. I mean, who's the people that really got much notice out of it so far? It's fucking
Who's
R-Truth
the
and
Drake
what's his
Mav?
name?
I'm gonna say
Drake
about Drake Maverick
Maverick.
for
It's
this.
basically
Yeah.
been the whole
Maria Kanellis to an
focal
extent,
point. To an
and
extent,
And
yeah.
and right now, Elias.
yeah,
For
Elias.
till now, until coming up to a couple weeks, he'll probably end up losing it again.
Possibly, but at least it's
Yeah.
like someone a little quote unquote harder to beat. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But moving on, we had Rey Mysterio giving an interview with some sappy thing about taking off his mask, and then his not wrestler looking son comes out and it's like, we should be a team, Dad. Like, no, please. I didn't enjoy that at all. Does anybody else have any thoughts on that?
I just don't. Yeah, I've got like I've got like nothing like positive or negative. Just well to say about this. Literally, it's like the most confusing thing in the history of wrestling right now. It's like so confusing.
What is? Sorry, what are we talking about?
Rey
the whole
Mysterio
Rey
and his
Mysterio
son, are they a
and
team now?
Dominic. It's so
What's
fucking
going on?
Yeah, I know. Like,
No, I didn't see that part. So what happened?
Rey Mysterio came out talking about how Andrade was trying to take his mask off and shit like that, and then he's like, but beyond that, maybe it's time that I, stop doing it. Basically hinting maybe it's time I retire. And his son came out and was all like, "No, Dad, I want to be a team just like you were with your dad." Blah blah blah.
God.
And so now,
Didn't I say this was coming? Didn't I say this was coming?
You did say it was coming.
One way.
I couldn't believe it.
One way or another, he was gonna weasel his way into a match. I told you. You guys like, no, it's not gonna happen. He's not ready for it. But it's WWE. It's gonna happen. It's gonna fucking happen. Watch. Like, give it a couple weeks from now. We're gonna see him and fucking Rey Mysterio doing tag team.
Yeah, win the fucking tag belts. You what's up for winning tag belts?
Oh.
I'm telling you, man. Let's just bring back to the days of Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero fought over fucking his son.
Don't
Dominic.
wait.
For custody.
Yeah, they actually fight over against Dominic.
That's what's gonna happen.
And now Dominic,
Andrade
like,
versus Rey Mysterio for custody over Dominic.
Yep. Oh god, I hope we actually don't get that.
And now Dominic's old enough to fight back, so he's gonna get into the mix.
Yep. Oh god.
He's like, I can do 619 like my daddy. You wanna see?
Oh god.
No, please no.
Not to be honest. No, hell to the F no.
It would be kind of a disgrace if I ever see Dominic do a 619.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe he's deceptively good. Maybe
he could be.
We're all. I'm just like, dude, looks like a chubby. Just not what you would expect. So I mean, if he's just awesome, then I guess that's a. It's one of those that unexpected. So. If that were the case, I suppose it'd be okay, but that's not very likely from the looks of this kid. So next up we had the New Day taking on the Revival, and it was a pretty short little thing until RKO came out and just pretty much RKO'd every member of the New Day. The Revival and RKO seem to be a pretty good pairing.
Faction.
Similar, tactics, I would say. So they don't necessarily seem to fit very well, but surprisingly they did. So it's another one of those cases of like expectations versus results. So that was a pretty interesting little segment. Do you have anything to say about it, Street? I mean, it was pretty awesome, wasn't it?
Didn't see that.
Didn't see that one? It was probably one of the highlights of the night for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Then the Sasha Banks promo, that was whatever.
Oh my freaking god.
Then Sami Zayn got buried again by Cedric Alexander this time.
Oh, I saw that.
So
yeah, what is up with Sami Zayn getting buried?
I think he's lost like 9 times in the last like 3 months.
Yep. Yeah, and he has not even actually won a match in race history. So yeah, we'll have to find it. Where Sami Zayn goes. Hello, Soul, the one who actually fell asleep. To be honest.
Hello.
Wow.
Hey, Soul.
Soul's actually here.
What's happening?
Yep.
Oh, Soul made it.
Yep.
Okay, we can stop talking about him now.
No, I've been listening for like 10 minutes.
You should have went back 11 minutes.
I don't want to. I'm not ready for that.
So next after this is actually we're on the main event of Raw already. So
Yeah, and I know that there's going to be like, you know, what,
I'm
like
not
a lot of
surprised.
thoughts on this one. Yeah, a lot of thoughts on this one, by the way. A lot of thoughts.
You got a lot of
Especially,
thoughts?
You know, of course.
But you were just talking about Cedric Alexander versus Sami Zayn, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Sami
sure you've
Zayn
got an
versus
opinion on
Cedric.
this.
Uh,
Sami Zayn, yeah, must be very
Oh.
shitted.
I would have at least appreciated Sami Zayn winning his first match and then getting knocked off in the second round. I could coexist with that,
True.
but they are just like blatantly telling the world Sami Zayn sucks and we don't care about him at this point. He's not a good in-ring performer. We don't care about him. We're just gonna throw him to the new guy that we're trying to push to get him over. I don't think that Sami Zayn is someone who should be jobbing to.
Yeah, he's just getting
Someone who
passed up by somebody who, like,
Just came from 205 Live and has done nothing in his career other than have a short run with the Cruiserweight Championship. Sami Zayn used to be a main headliner for NXT.
True.
He's wonderful on the mic. He's a great in-ring performer, and he's just jobbing. Like I just don't get it.
Maybe they're saving something up for him.
I hope so.
Potentially, maybe
you know, that's
something
what
on
we said
SmackDown.
about Kurt Hawkins for about
like
2 years while he just lost 200-something matches. Maybe
Yeah,
it's for
and
a
then he had a
reason.
very, very short tag team title run, and now where's he at?
Wait,
Back where he
tag team title
started.
run?
Yeah, with Zack Ryder. Wasn't it?
See how short is so short you forgot.
Wait.
They could always just do what they always do, and just throw Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens together again.
Well, you kind of know
I
that's
want
not the
Sami Zayn-
direction they're going. We know what happens
Although-
later, but we'll wait on that. We'll try to avoid talking about that part.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn at least needs a mid-card title run.
Maybe
I don't
an
disagree.
Intercontinental Championship or United States title? I don't know.
United States title, most likely, preferably.
Yeah.
He deserves something at this point. It's been too long.
I can't
It's
say
been
I
way too long.
disagree.
And then you have I just don't get the propaganda behind it, because you have someone who has such an extensive career already, and then you have someone who comes in like Ali from out of nowhere, and he was supposed to be pushed in the main title picture, but then he got injured, and that's the only reason why they threw it to Kofi Kingston finally, is because Ali got injured. So why does someone like that get an instant major push?
By Randy Orton, by the way, he got injured.
I just don't get it. I don't know how they make their decisions. I mean, I'm sure. I feel like the way that the booking and pushing is ran in the WWE is by potential merchandise sales. That's honestly the way I view it. If they feel like, you know, this guy's blowing up on social media and the crowd reacted this way to this guy, they're probably gonna sell a lot of T-shirts.
So you're
You see
saying
a
it's
lot of
whoever sells the
times-
most shirts then?
In not necessarily just shirts, but in retrospect, like, just think about this when you're watching Raw or SmackDown, and you see even like the smallest thing happen, like in a promo or a backstage segment or anything of the sort, and there's some kind of catchphrase involved or a new team name involved, or just that little spark of what the point of that segment was. That same night there's a T-shirt out with that motto on it.
You're
A lot
not
of
wrong.
things that they do, a lot of things that they run on this live show, they already have merchandise ready for it, and they throw it in the store. They go live with it as soon as the moment happens on television. It's all propaganda, and I think that has something to do with who they decide to push. They think, oh, well, you know, we're going to make a lot of money doing this, so let's push this guy, and then we're going to drop that shirt as soon as we have that segment run live. I think maybe Sami Zayn isn't a type of guy who has a popularity in which he sells a lot of merchandise. If you think about it, look at all the top people that are pushed constantly, and go check WWE shop. They have tons of merchandise available.
Well,
for
yeah,
all.
but they have TV time where they can establish gimmicks.
True.
They're not just losing every match. It's hard to sell shirts when your job is to be a jobber.
I know. Well, that's the whole point.
I
What
agree
he's
with you
saying is
pretty
that
much.
they're pretty much established already before they're out there. And that's true. That's how WWE works. Someone already gets established before they get put out there. Like they know that this person's going to be established within whatever they put them through. But, you know, sometimes the crowd, in most cases, like Roman Reigns, it doesn't go their way, and you understand that. Well, not you, not we understand that, but like they understand. You know, they unexpectedly like, oh, okay, you know, he's not getting put over, so they try to establish him even more. And look at him now. He's been established. Roman Reigns been established. Even if he wasn't booed, well, even if he was booed, and he's been established in the company. They knew that he's gonna be a success. Even during the whole thing with the Shield, they already knew those three guys were gonna blow up. They already knew it. Once you do something like that, once you establish a stable like that off the bat, there's gonna be success behind it. There's basically almost a success behind every stable that gets put out there.
Yep. Instantly already.
And I think it's harder for people that are not part of a stable or alliance to be established in the company these days. Because if you look at it, most of the people that are famous are people that were in a stable or were in an alliance. Tell me somebody right now that wasn't part of a stable, even if it was before or now or maybe like, you know, past. A lot of the famous people right now were part of stables or alliance. A lot of those top guys were already established within a company or whatever. They already had a name going for themselves. And I think Sami Zayn is one of those people that's harder to get him over. Even though the crowd likes him, I swear to God, like people do like him, but I think it's just the people in the creative just having a hard time putting him over because they don't really know what to do with him.
Maybe he should lead a
Kevin
stable.
Owens,
Maybe he should lead a stable.
Honestly, I think so as well. Because it seems like the only thing they could really do is put Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn together and say, okay, this is going to be put over because...
I mean, you just have him be the cocky, guy, and he's got all these, talented people to back him up. Not saying he's not talented, but that's, the gimmick.
Yeah, obviously. I know what you're saying. But, I don't know.
I mean, he's already got one recruit, so... But yeah, I agree with everything Saul said. I mean, that stuff makes sense. So
yeah, like even if there's like one catchy phrase that somebody says, they're already gonna get put over. If they're part of an alliance or a stable, they're gonna be put over.
Well, catchy phrases don't necessarily move shirts, unless they try to shove it in your face like "No Way Jose." It's like,
I think a perfect example would be Rusev with the Rusev Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say
those T-shirts sold like insane.
Yeah, but that was more not on the catchy phrase, but of his character and like.
But once it was over, now where's Rusev at now?
No one liked Rusev.
No one gave a shit about Rusev before that phrase.
I was praising Rusev way before. I remember. Yeah, I remember we talked about it.
Really?
Yeah, I lied.
Really?
Yes. I saw him. Well, I saw him on the
This generation, I'm
Southpaw
saying.
Regional Wrestling, the parody thing,
Yeah,
and
but
I
this
saw how
generation-
funny he was, and you know how there was more to him than what we were being shown. You know, this foreign guy who's just a rip off of every, you know, like Russian or foreign heel, you know, type character.
Mhm.
So
So I'm
I
just
saw
saying,
it, but way
this
before.
generation and like the average consumer of wrestling, the only reason they like Rusev is because of that phrase. Other than that, I don't think so. No one would like Rusev.
I don't know.
No, you
I
can't
think he
say I
had his
don't know.
fans.
It's 100% true.
It's not 100% true, or I would
Okay,
be.
it's 80% true then. The majority is
I
true.
don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let's move on. Oh, go ahead. You got something else?
I was just saying, I think Street's right and Sheep's in denial because he really liked Rusev.
I did.
Yep.
Oh well. We had the Raw
Better.
Tag Team Champions, the OC, taking on Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman for the titles.
Yep.
And it went pretty much
yeah.
the way you would expect it to go. I think a lot of people were thinking that no way, but I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen. And it did. Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins won the tag team titles from the OC after being just thrown together. And it was a decent match.
Yep.
I don't really know.
Why are they doing this?
I don't
I don't
know
wanna
why
talk
I'm
about
supposed to care
this.
about this.
Maybe because of punishment. You know,
Okay, there's
Roll Back to the
so
Club.
much wrong about this. There's so much wrong. For one, how are you gonna put Roman? I mean, not Roman. Yeah. How are you gonna put?
you just said
Seth-
Roman. Okay, nah.
How
I'm
you
done.
gonna put-
Yeah, you literally
Shut
just
up,
said
Ben.
Seth
How you
Rollins
g-
and Roman.
How you gonna put
Wow.
Seth
All right, Vince.
Rollins and Braun Strowman in a random tag team and go after the OC, which is supposed to be established fucking stable? They're supposed to be like, they made a name for themselves. Basically, when Vince McMahon made this stable with AJ Styles, very known wrestler, great wrestler, also the club, great wrestling. They're supposed to be, you know, like a dominant stable. That's how they were supposed to be established, as coming off as a, you know, the OC, the original club. Like, they're supposed to be a dominant stable, and then they just get thrown underneath the bus. Now, like, why the fuck would you care about them now? You know, the ones that fucking they were going after with Triple H and D-Generation X and all this and that. Like, I don't understand what Vince McMahon is doing, or whoever's doing this. How are you gonna have them come out here, win the tag team championships, make a name for themselves, and then fucking put DX out there and like kind of like go against them when on the Raw 25th anniversary they were with them? And they're like so back-assed fucking backwards. Like, they don't even know what they're doing these days. I swear to God, they're so stupid. Like, I don't get it. I really does this make any sense at all to you guys? Like, tell me. Does
It
this
didn't really make
any
much sense. No. I don't think that was the time or the place, but I saw it happening. Once it started getting
It's
into it, I was
like-
like, oh, yeah, it's happening.
It's like it's just Vince McMahon's playthings, and he got a little whiff of, ooh, let's put Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman as a team, and after with the titles, the kids will love it, blah, 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 blah. And he just went with it. He just said, fuck it, let's just do it. Just do it. I own this place. Just do it. Why not? Why are you questioning me? Just make it happen. And they just did it. There's no, I highly doubt there's any reason or any interesting storylines going to develop from this in any way, shape, or form. I don't think there's any meaning behind it. They just did it for no reason. I really do. I think so.
Big
And then-
possibility, because they do
and
that a lot.
The OC was supposed to be all powerful. They
Exactly,
finally.
that's what I'm
How
saying.
long have I been bitching for them to get back together? Because I love the Good Brothers, and this was the perfect way. Put them back with AJ Styles. It keeps AJ
Yeah, and
Styles
now
relevant.
it's all
It
over.
gives.
Now it's down to
It
James.
makes them
Now it's down
relevant
to James.
again. Now they're an all-powerful group. They all holding gold. This was a beautiful moment. And then you're just
Yep,
gonna
and then
give.
they ruined it.
You're gonna rip the tag team titles off of them for two guys who aren't even a team. When Braun is supposed to be Seth's next challenger for his
Honestly,
title, for the Universal title.
I really don't know what they're doing with Braun.
So
like,
this
if
is
you
just.
look at the
I'm gonna
history-
tell you. This is just gonna lead into another corny. Braun's gonna turn on Seth, so that Seth looks like the good guy again, and Braun looks like a piece of shit, and then he's gonna beat Braun in the title defense just to try to make Seth look more like a hero. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be stupid.
That is
No
kinda-
spoilers.
I'm not a
No
child,
spoilers, bro. No spoilers.
I'm not a child, and I'm not gonna be interested in it. I'm like, I
Over
don't
here
care.
spoiling future events with your amazing predictions.
He's from the future.
Braun Strowman has already failed multiple times in the Universal title picture. They should have stuck with Braun versus AJ for the United States title. They should have.
What they didn't.
They should have eventually led to Braun winning that title off of AJ, so that AJ could go after Seth and be in the Universal title picture in the long term. That's the way they should have developed this story. Now you know you're gonna get Braun turning on Seth. It's just obvious. They're not gonna. How long do you think they're gonna run as tag team champions? On
At
already,
least 2 years.
Yeah, they actually, yeah, I think that they might lose them like probably like maybe well on like the Raw before the pay-per-view. I think like that could actually happen. Like them, like they lose it like on the Raw before the pay-per-view.
It just feels like this is already a unintentionally failed tag team division. It's like they just blatantly don't care about tag team wrestling anymore. They don't even try. They don't
really
even.
don't.
They have so many tag teams just sitting around, and they're gonna throw together Seth and Braun. Why? Give these other guys a chance. Like, you got tag teams sitting in the back picking their nose, and you are making up bullshit tag teams on the fly constantly. It makes no sense. Why
Yeah, I
are we
agree.
seeing the revival on fucking both brands and the New Day? What, the Usos are on vacation or something? Or they're in jail? Who knows?
Probably the latter.
So you throw together Seth and Braun. Where's the Ascension at? Where's the Colognes? Where's
Yeah, where
Zach
they
and
at?
Kurt?
Yeah.
Where's all these teams at? I don't understand.
AOP.
Where's
The B
AOP?
team.
Why is the War Raiders? Why are the War Raiders still in
Heavy
squash
machinery.
matches? Why didn't the War
Heavy
Raiders come out and
machinery.
challenge the OC? And then they get broken up by disqualification or something, or count out. That way neither team takes a loss, and lead that up to Clash of
think, okay,
Champions. The OC
here's-
versus the
here's-
War Raiders for the tag titles would be fucking lit. Why can't you
Here's
do
the-
that?
here's
There's so
the-
many opportunities.
Here's what I think the issue is. I think the issue is that when they have these tag teams, it's either one of the tag team person either gets hurt or something comes up, something happens, and they can't continue on with the tag team. And I understand that, you know, it does ruin planning out storylines and everything when one of the tag team members get hurt or something happens to that person or something comes up and they can't be there. I understand that can ruin a whole fucking storyline. And I guess that's probably why they don't move forward with kind of forming tag teams like that. Like,
I understand that
using tag-
when that situation happens, I get that, but there's no good reason, no excuse to throw together Seth and Braun and actually give them the tag team
I think
titles.
that's the reason why they do. I
But
think
why
that's
win the
reason why they do
championship? If it's a
stuff like this.
decision made on the whim, why do they need to win the titles? If anything, they should have lost by interference from AJ Styles. That way the OC retains their tag titles. And because we were told we were getting Braun versus AJ for United States Championship. If they wanted to throw a curveball at us and postpone that match, I understand that. Do the tag team match just like you did. let AJ Styles interfere and cost them the match, and then have an altercation between OC and Braun Strowman after the match to further hype Braun versus AJ Styles for the United States title. That's what they should have done. You don't just slap the tag titles on Seth and Braun on the fly. You just... all that feels like is you desperately wanted those titles off of the OC. You wanted to take them from them, and you found a excuse to. That's the only thing that I can gather from it. Nothing else makes sense. I just don't...
That's true, I agree.
I don't know why, though. I don't know why. Maybe we'll find out on Monday. Maybe there is... I hope that there's some kind of silver lining and there's a reason they did it. But I really think it's just a decision they made last minute on the whim and just went for it. For crowd reaction, for ratings, something. I think they take a lot of stabs in the dark, a lot of shots in the dark to help ratings.
Shot in the dark.
Maybe if people hear, oh, Seth and Braun. Seth and Braun are the tag champions, so I'm going to tune into Raw next week. Yay. Maybe that's what they're going for.
Well, they're only, what, a month away from SmackDown going to Fox? Or Fox Sports 1? Or
something like that.
I don't know. It doesn't really fucking
and
matter.
NXT coming on Wednesdays?
I feel like they're going to force all the tag title... I'm sorry, they're going to force all the championships on all the biggest names.
Bad
I think that's what they're going to do.
Moving NXT on...
Yeah, I don't think NXT is supposed to be on regular TV. It's kind of the point.
I think it's such a bad decision.
Because it's going to get micromanaged at that point, and that's kind of what made it better. Was that it felt.
It was on TV at one point.
Well, I know, but you're talking about a long time ago.
Yeah.
Before it was even called NXT. So, but either way, we'll move on to SmackDown. We kicked off SmackDown with Randy Orton coming out to take some stuff, and then Kofi Kingston pops up behind him and hits him with the Trouble in Paradise. And it was pretty interesting. And then he fends off the Revival with his chair. So you don't often see someone look, that, I don't really know how to put it, but it was a good segment with that gave credence to everything and gave weight to everything that's going on in the build up. I like the pairing of the Revival with RKO again, and it's just had Kofi looking as good as possible heading into the pay-per-view, so I'm good with that. Thoughts?
No, I agree.
Nah, honestly, no, I'm good. No.
I'm good.
I don't even want
Let's
to.
move on. On.
What do you got, Saul?
I don't even want to rage about this. Okay?
Why are you gonna rage? What's the?
I do not want to rage about
what's the
Randy Orton and the art
and the Revival.
You don't like how this went? You don't like the pairing of him with the Revival?
It's just like pairing Seth and Braun. It makes no sense. It's forced. It's an on the whim decision.
Well, it makes it makes fucking perfect freaking sense anyway. Well, it makes freaking
no, it doesn't. What does the Revival and Randy Orton have to do with each other?
It actually freaking does.
Nothing.
Because
nothing.
So the New Day number So
I think this makes the Revival look worse.
So they're a three-man team, and then and then we have freaking Randy Orton, facing Kofi Kingston, maybe at Clash of Champions, and he does, and he just does not actually have no backup for that entire that match. So potentially. It's kind of like a potential win-win situation, right, for Randy Orton and Kofi.
Yeah, listen,
it makes it makes it 100% fair. It makes it fair.
I just ranted about how bad the tag team division is. I don't need one of the only decent tag teams in the company following around Randy Orton, attacking the New Day. I don't need that. I need the Revival out there putting on great tag team matches. Okay? I don't need them shadowing Randy Orton. And Randy Orton doesn't need anyone shadowing him. He needs to be his own man and handle his own business. They are nothing alike. They are nothing alike. They are nothing alike.
Well, it's got the freaking legacy vibes, by the way. You know, do you know about legacy?
They don't.
Freaking Ted DiBiase and freaking Cody Rhodes. Yeah, it's got like that vibe at the moment.
Well, like I was saying, I think they have similar tactics.
It does have. It does kind of like have that vibe. It does kind of have that vibe.
I think you might be the only person in the world to go.
It's got that
you know what?
Vibe,
you know what? This reminds me of Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. I think you're the only person who ever said that.
He probably is, you know.
Okay.
I don't want to see them together. They are perfectly fine apart. It's like arguing your point of how Roman Reigns and The Undertaker make sense together. You can't. You can't. Because it doesn't work.
You're right about that.
They don't need to be together. It's another, we don't know what else to do, let's just throw these guys together. That's all it is. There's nothing going to develop from this. They're not going to become a stable. Nothing's going to happen. It's just a forced bullshit.
It's a forced bullshit?
The forced bullshit.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always keep freaking saying that, you know, well, the forced fucking bullshit. Well, to me, you know,
just like
I like this whole, you know...
Well, I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad you like it, and I hope that you enjoy it.
I like it, to be honest.
It's not a staple, but I hope you enjoy it.
I hope you enjoy it, man.
Oh, fuck you. So, alright, so let's just...
It's not a stable.
Let's just move on to the most.
They're not established as a stable. What are you talking about?
Okay, let's move on to to the first match of fucking SmackDown Live. Okay, let's move on. Fuck you. Move on. Thank you. I said it. All right, I said it. Fair and square. I fucking said it.
Are we not on SmackDown Live?
Can we just move the fuck on? Let's just move on to SmackDown
Yeah, we
Live.
are. The first match.
Let's move on to the first match. Fucking hell.
Was Apollo Crews versus Andrade Cien Almas in a another one of the King of the Ring, I guess, qualifying match, or
no, it's just a King of the Ring match.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it adds to, like, doesn't it build up, and then the last two are the
build's weird.
the two who win the most, you know, are the, I don't know, I forget. So, I mean, it was a really good match. Pretty high quality stuff there.
I'm sorry, the first match is what?
Andrade and Apollo Crews. They,
Andrade versus Apollo Crews. I actually almost, like, just forgot about Apollo Crews, by the way.
Andrade and
Apollo Crews. Yep, that's the first match.
Andrade and Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the first match.
Wait, that was the match?
Andrade and Apollo Crews.
Hey, I'm trying to process that too. Like, what?
What?
I'm confused.
Again?
Yep.
That's a thing? Andrade and Apollo Crews. Alright.
Yeah, we've seen them, and Apollo Crews, you know, have defeated, you know, Andrade, you know, of course, in the past, but not now. It's just Andrade.
Apollo Crews, is another Sami Zayn.
Jobber. Yep.
Well, he's not. He doesn't have near the personality or charisma, so.
But he definitely has an in-ring.
How dare you? How dare
He's got his personality and charisma is pretty
Show me a good
decent.
promo he's done.
It's not terrible.
Show me a good promo.
Yeah, show me a good promo.
He's barely had any promos. That's the problem.
But he's had them. They're out there.
He smiles a lot. he, every time I think of
He
Apollo
does.
Crews, he's a big smiler.
Okay, it's not to the
smiley.
it's not to the
He's
same
also grabby.
exaggeration. It's not the same exaggeration as the Sami Zayn syndrome, but it's in the same ballpark. If you take everything that I said about Sami Zayn, apply it to Apollo Crews, but not as strong. Okay, not tone it down a little bit, but it's about the same in the same category. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm
But-
putting down?
But Andrade, this one's more reasonable. I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'm more okay with Andrade beating Apollo than I would ever will be with Cedric beating Sami Zayn.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Andrade's done
I
some
agree.
shit. Andrade's done some shit. He's NXT champion. He's put on some
True,
wonderful
that's
matches.
Whoa.
He's put on some
Apollo
great
Crews
matches.
has never been champion. Apollo Crews has never been NXT.
Did I say
champion.
he was?
no, he said.
Or did I say
He
Andrade?
said Andrade.
You
Ben.
kind of actually, well, you kind of
He
like
said
did actually
Andrade.
say it at one point.
I did. I did.
Yeah,
You play it back. Play it back
yeah,
for
you
me. I'll
said
give you $1
about
million
Apollo.
right now. Play it back.
You literally said about Apollo. You literally
said
actually did say
Andrade.
Apollo.
I said Andrade's done some shit. He was NXT champion.
I
He's
don't
put
know
on
what Ben's
great
talking
matches on the main roster. I think he deserved this. He'll probably lose in the second round, but it just like Sami Zayn should have won his first. He should have beat Cedric Alexander. I can't get past that. I'm sorry. I love Cedric's in-ring ability. I think he's a future star, but he's another Ricochet. Amazing in the ring, nothing on the mic, not much of a personality. You know, he's gonna have a short run because that's how they treat good in-ring performers. We put on a couple
I
good matches.
totally agree.
The crowd goes wild and screams because you're doing some flippy hoo-ha, boo-ba, and then after that you're an afterthought. He's another Ricochet.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hate to say that and make it sound like it's a
Well, what has sold
disrespectful
Andrade
thing,
the whole
but
time has been Zelina Vega.
I guess maybe.
You know,
yeah,
in a way, he
I
didn't really.
agree, in a way.
He didn't
Well, that was
exactly need
that
her
was
in NXT,
well that was
but
his promo. That was his you know, his character. You know, that's how he got a lot of his wins, was through those interferences and distractions. And I mean,
I think Andrade they need
it's
to go.
it's
back
what
with-
added to his
with the-
character. Without a manager, he's not gonna do anything successful.
I think Andrade they need to go back to the and the thing with
I was about to say, you know, yeah. let's go back to
honestly
NXT.
when he won this match off a distraction from Zelina, it kind of pissed me off at first because this is the King of the Ring tournament, and I think that it's a really cheesy move on the WWE's part to write off a match as someone getting a win from distraction. Like, that is corny to me. This is the King of the Ring. Have these guys go out there and put on their best. Prove why they should be the King of the Ring and earn it. Like, it's so a cop-out to give them a win off of a distraction. It's stupid. Not in the King of the Ring tournament, bro. Save that shit for another time. But, and then at the same time, it's, well, at least it didn't make Apollo Crews look as bad. Shrug your shoulders a little bit. You know, he lost off a distraction. That's the best. That's the best. But it's not worth. Andrade deserved to have went out there and proved himself and got the win clean. I think they need to go. I think the Zelina shit is getting old. Either let her wrestle or just fire. Point blank. Let Andrade be the cool, cocky Andrade he was in NXT. Let him do the chilling in the ropes and sitting on the ring post and being the cool guy. You know what I mean? Bring that back. Let him do shit on his own.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that.
So next up we had Buddy Murphy versus Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy.
Daniel
He's,
Murphy.
yeah, he's a new up and comer.
The new
Daniel
up-and-comer
Murphy.
is
This
Yeah.
match, on the other hand,
He's
in
from
Red Town.
Daniel Murphy. You better calm down. They'll put them in a tag team and name it Daniel
Oh God,
Murphy.
no! Stop.
They'll be the
Stop
SmackDown
giving
Tag
them ideas,
Champs next
Soul.
week.
Stop giving them ideas. So
oh my god,
stop.
don't even like
Just
say
stop.
That's it. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna join
Daniel
the. He's gonna
Murphy.
join the squad. They're already pretty like co-involved, and you know, Buddy Murphy has a
Daniel
red
Murphy.
beard like Eric Rowan. You know, they could be the
Daniel
Red Beard brothers, backing up Daniel Bryan.
Oh, which, by the way, if you guys haven't heard, the WWE has changed Rowan's name.
Huh?
Yeah,
It-
back to Eric Rowan. Back
It's
to
just
Eric
no,
Rowan.
it's not even Eric Rowan. It's just Eric.
It's just Eric.
Yeah.
No,
It's just Eric
Oh,
now.
hang on.
It's not
I,
Rowan.
will-
It's
yeah,
Eric
I will
now?
check this, by the way. No, hang on, I'm gonna check this. I'm literally checking this right now.
What are you gonna check it up on?
You're gonna check it?
WWE.com, because I do not fucking believe you right now. Yo, because it
Yeah,
is
I'm
literally.
totally, because I would
think it
lie
is
about
actually
something
Eric
stupid
Rowan.
like that.
It is Eric Rowan, by the way.
It's not Eric Rowan. They changed his name to Eric.
Yeah, if it literally actually says Eric Rowan, yeah. Leave.
What are you gonna do?
Bam,
You gonna fight
bam,
me?
bam, bam,
Hang on, I'm like,
bam,
I'm
bam.
trying to freaking fight about my still confused.
The
I'm so
name
slow.
change. Listen. The name change is now confirmed as Eric. Has been added back on the official WWE roster. WWE originally dropped Eric from the name back in late November 2017 when they dropped Luke from Luke Harper's name due to their return as the Bludgeon Brothers.
Hang on, I want to see this.
Yeah, I see jack shit.
I
That's
don't
not
believe
right.
you, by the way.
I just read it. Why would I lie?
Hang on.
What the f-
Hang on, I got it.
Actually, if you
Hold on.
go
I'm
online and
checking
look,
this right
all you have
now.
to do is look up the WWE roster.
On the WWE roster, his name is Eric Rowan, though. On the roster.
Right now,
But-
it is.
But the thing is, they use everybody else's name as their full name on the roster list, so it doesn't prove anything.
Yeah.
Everybody else has their full name on the roster list.
Yeah,
It
but it's
doesn't
Eric
matter.
Rowan. Eric Rowan.
It's not Eric Rowan. I just read it to you.
Bruh, I'm
This
literally
is from
actually,
WrestlingInc.com where we get a lot of
WWE.com.
our news.
I know, but this is but this is on the WWE.com website, and there's already, and there's actually
We just
already a,
Street
Eric
just
already,
explained
by the way.
that.
There's
Street just
already a
explained
fucking
that.
Eric known as the freaking other, what the other freaking War Raiders, whatever that bullshit name is now. There you go. Yeah, it's a bullshit name now. Let's
This
just
week's
listen.
Alright, just go. Let's move on. Eric Rowan, yep. Daniel,
I don't care. Let's fucking talk about
yeah.
fucking Buddy Murphy and Daniel Bryan. This match
Yeah.
a fucking 5-star match.
Daniel
and this
Murphy.
literally actually proved that why Buddy Murphy is the fucking best. Already.
No, it does not prove that.
Fucking
Ben's just a
does. Literally,
fanboy.
Buddy Murphy. Maybe a big push here.
Bloody
Maybe a big
Murphy.
push.
Who's Bloody Murphy?
Bloody
Murphy.
Murphy?
Yeah, like,
Hey,
fucking-
y'all
Fuck
can't
you,
Who's
speak
bro.
Bloody
today,
Murphy?
huh?
Who's Bloody Murphy?
Y'all,
I
y'all
said Buddy,
can't-
not fucking Bloody. you son of
No,
a-
you said
Just-
bloody, man.
No,
y'all
fucking
can't
say it
definitely
right.
said Bloody.
I said Buddy. not
Y'all
fucking Bloody.
can't speak today. First we
Hurry up.
have Soul, then
Hurry the
Sheep,
fuck
and
up.
then
Come
Ben.
on.
It's gonna be my turn.
Come
This
on,
shit's
hurry up,
catchable.
hurry
This
up,
shit's
hurry up,
catchable.
Street. Come on, Street. Come on, hurry up, Street. Let's just.
Come on, straight.
Yeah, let's
Come on,
fucking
straight.
focus on this fucking thing. Bro. Let's just focus on it.
Murphy.
It was a really good match.
Hurry up.
It was surprising as well. So let's.
Bloody Murphy versus Daniel Murphy.
Bloody Murphy, Bloody Murphy.
Okay.
Good shit,
Bloody
man.
Murphy.
Did I actually fucking say that, by the way? Yeah, did I?
What you
know,
never want to do is say
fucking
Bloody
by the
Murphy
way?
5 times
No,
in a
I
mirror.
said Buddy, you stupid
I
son of a
know.
bitch. I said B-U-D-D-Y, Buddy.
If
Ben,
you did it-
Ben,
if
go
you
in your
did say
bathroom
that,
and look.
It sounded like bloody.
Ben, go in your bathroom and look in your
God,
mirror
you
and
messed
say
up,
Bloody
man.
Murphy
I'll
5
be some
times.
stupid
Daniel
idiot.
Murphy, Bloody Murphy.
Stupid idiot.
All the
Like
Murphys.
for fun to be like, you stupid idiot. Stupid idiot.
Ben is just mumbling underneath his breath.
I don't care, alright? Let's just.
Bloody
Okay,
Murphy
let's
is
just,
on
you know,
Daniel.
yo, this match, what? Well, it actually was a 5-star match. I'm gonna fucking say this. This match was a 5-star
Street's
match.
broken.
You can, like,
All right, about the match. Yes, this match was incredible. Buddy Murphy has been doing doing great on SmackDown so far. The segments
Every
he's been
time
involved
I hear
in is
Buddy
good.
Murphy, now I'm gonna think of Bloody Murphy.
Listen, let me pay an ode of respect to Murphy, okay, real quick, because
yes.
this. I just want to say something about the Buddy versus Roman match. I feel like Buddy brought out the best in Roman Reigns and actually gave us a match that made me give a shit about Roman Reigns. Kudos to you, Buddy Murphy. He did the impossible.
Yeah, Bloody Murphy.
And that was a great match.
Yep.
But good, this match as well was good. Yeah.
Hashtag Bloody Murphy in the chat.
Bloody Murphy and Daniel Bryan.
No,
I think this could
Hashtag
be
Bloody
on
Murphy in the chat, y'all.
any pay-per-view.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Any pay-per-view coming near you right now. Bloody Murphy versus Daniel
God.
Murphy.
What do you think it leads to? Do you think it's a push for Buddy Murphy? Do you think we're gonna get some more out of it, or do you think it's a one-off?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not sure,
going with Bloody
honestly.
Murphy. Bloody Murphy getting pushed.
He's gonna get pushed
I'm not
over
sure.
Definitely.
Daniel Murphy? You think he can really beat Daniel Murphy?
I don't know.
But regardless.
Daniel Murphy is kind of psychotic in a way. He's kind of weird, twisted in a little bit. He got a few screws loose, but Bloody Murphy, man, he's 100%. He's in it to win it.
That guy's a killer.
Yeah, that guy's a killer.
Alright, so I want to talk a little bit about this
A little bit.
Chad Gable situation.
Oh shit, Chad Gable.
Oh, good. Yep.
Oh, they brought him back.
yeah.
So
I know
Chad
exactly what's
Gable
going on.
and short jokes are apparently the thing with him. And they're involving Shelton Benjamin into the whole thing, and he put up a funny little sign, must be this tall to enter the King of the Ring. Or not King of the Ring. And then Chad Gable looked all sad and childish.
Benjamin.
I actually giggled when I saw him looking all sad.
This was fun.
It was worth it. And Shelton Benjamin was funny as hell. And the short jokes are a little bit childish, but kids watch and it's probably really funny to them. However, on a side note, WWE recently trademarked the name Shorty G.
No, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Fuck.
Yeah, and it's gonna be for a little
It's
bit of Chad
happening,
Gable.
boys.
Chad Gable could possibly be becoming Shorty G.
Shorty G.
Oh God, please no, help us all. If there was a time to believe in God right now, it would be now.
Do you remember when he
Guys,
was doing that one? He did it one time where he like tried to rap. Like they had a
Yeah, I
rap battle with the
remember.
Usos or something, and he was like busted out his skills, and it was pretty corny.
no. I
Yeah,
hate
I
Chad
remember that.
Gable. He has a big ass forehead. That dude, you can
Yeah, the
fucking
haircut.
park a
I don't
plane-
think the haircut helped.
You can park a plane
So,
on his
wait,
fucking
so-
forehead.
So you don't like me either.
Huh? You don't got a
So
big
you don't-
forehead.
He's all forehead.
Nah.
What do you
someone got a
mean?
big forehead. Chad Gable got a big ass forehead. That dude got fucking
Got a
forehead
five
times
head.
forehead. He got a 5 head. Fucking laying the airplane strip and all that shit.
Alright, alright.
That's insensitive now. We got your point.
He's already got the short
Okay.
thing going against him.
Jesus.
Now you're just
man.
rubbing it in.
Wow. Wow.
Short
man, I'm
and
gonna
has
be
a huge
cyberbully.
forehead, man. You're going in. It's pretty harsh.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
should walk it back.
Okay.
Should.
He has a nice forehead, guys. Chad Gable's an amazing wrestler. Nice forehead. Definitely not big. Definitely not short. He's
Shorty G in the house.
Oh no. Yeah, that's what joke.
Alright, so next up we had Ms. TV. And I usually skip, in the podcast, I usually completely skip all the talk show things, because 9 times out of 10 it's pointless and gets nothing done, except another fight in the middle of the ring on the set, or a fight on the edge of the, entrance ramp on the talking moment of bliss, whatever. So I usually skip those completely, but
whatever.
Sami Zayn came out and basically said he's figured it out. He's going to, instead of just losing all the time, he's going to just change it up, and he's going to just get behind the person who he thinks needs the help the most. And he says he's going to help out Shinsuke Nakamura. And then Shinsuke comes out and he's like, I'm going to represent you. I'm going to speak for you. And he's like, The Miz says something to Shinsuke, and he just points at Sami Zayn. And blah, 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 and then they attack The Miz, and I was actually kind of cool with this. To me, it was kind of the payoff for a little bit for the losses. It's something we can at least see him be utilized to some extent, if he can't just have matches, and sell because he's smaller or something like that, and they don't want to push little guys too much, but they're doing it all the time now. But I think it's a good spot. It can add something better to Shinsuke, giving him, almost literally giving him a voice, a way to, even though it's Sami Zayn and it's probably going to be, to comedic effect or something. I don't know where this is going, but I see a lot of good potential in Sami Zayn, pushing people, becoming like a star maker or something like that.
That's fucking rude. He's a bully, pushing people?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pushing people. Giving people a
He's gonna be
push.
star by pushing people. Wow. Imagine if that was
This kid's gonna be a star, let me tell you.
Alright, that's that. Imagine.
You don't like it? You don't like
about-
Sami Zayn being Shinsuke's manager? You don't think there's good potential there? That it could be something interesting?
His mouth face.
Sami Zayn being Shinsuke's
I don't know, man.
manager. That's
It
kind of
just
tough, but I don't know.
Well, what makes a good manager is that they have good promo skills, and you've got that in spades. What makes an extra good manager is that they can also get involved and be physical, like Zelina Vega, and some others. Not many managers actually get in there and do damage for their
That's a lot of damage.
clients. You don't see Paul Heyman out there, giving out clotheslines.
Imagine seeing Paul Heyman out there.
You didn't really see Jimmy Hart, out there doing Hurricane Ranas and shit.
Imagine though. That's actually so good.
So, I mean, having a manager who can actually get in there and do some damage every once in a while could be beneficial, in a heel type way. Especially when he's got a good ability to promo. So, I see where it could go well. I feel like Soul holding back another rant.
Yeah, he's definitely holding back something.
No, we're just gonna let this one go.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it time. I'm gonna give it time and see what happens.
You do that.
I think, because I feel like maybe I foresee this being Sammy's chance to win the title.
Oh, like he turns on Shinsuke
Mm-hmm.
and wins the title from him?
Mm-hmm. Or vice versa.
Oh, look, my
Shinsuke turns on
PlayStation
him.
will enter rest mode in 10 minutes.
Wake up.
Wake the fuck up! Okay.
Alright, so we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, let's see where it goes.
So they continued the little Roman Reigns whodunit, and we'll wait till the end to talk about all of that. There was a whole bunch of little promos with like Daniel Bryan and guy with a sack over his head, and Roman Reigns going all around talking around.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Who did it? You know.
This is actually gonna be a very good. This is gonna be a very good discussion, honestly.
It better be Rikishi.
Why? Why would it be Rikishi?
And I was like, nope.
It would be pretty legit at this point if it's Rikishi.
Nostalgia. You don't. I've said it like 3 times already because
I actually really want it to be now.
You don't remember the big
whodunit
with who was trying to kill Stone Cold, and they ran it for a year. Somebody
yeah.
And the whole time it was.
But why would it be Rikishi though if they're related?
That's
their
beauty.
Even more interesting.
I guess so.
Please, for the love of God, let it be Rikishi. I would jump for joy.
Alright.
I would too.
I would probably physically get up off of my couch or my chair or whatever I was watching it in, and
who y'all even think it really
do one
is
of those jumps when you freeze in midair with your one arm up. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. And I just,
Who do you think it really is, though, without saying, Rikishi being a factor here? Who do you think it might be? Any possibilities?
I think it's actually just going to be Daniel Bryan. Who I want it to be would be Luke Harper.
What if it's Aleister Black?
You really think it's Daniel Bryan?
I do. I think that we're going to get the Daniel Bryan-Roman feud. They're just dragging it out.
Again.
No. It's Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, great.
I don't think they would do something that good.
Imagine.
I don't think that they would. That's too good of an idea. They're not gonna do it. It's too clever.
That's a brilliant idea.
I know.
Especially from all the things in NXT.
Psycho Killer.
That's a brilliant idea.
It is. It's a wonderful idea. That's why it's not gonna happen.
Dude. Oh my god. It better be him. It better be him. No cab. If it's not him and it's fucking some stupid shit.
And I mean, it would make sense too because he's also bald with a large beard, so he fits the look. So they could work that in somehow. What if they just keep hinting towards like people with the same demographic, like until he finally comes out?
Well, it was a guy with a beard.
Drag this out.
Who else do we know with beards? Who fits the profile?
This shit forever.
You know who they should get on the case?
Oh god.
Oh no.
Rizongo.
Fashion Files.
Yes. Fashion Files. Oh, limited edition Fashion Files. Get that shit out. Here it is.
He's, Dango's already back.
Yeah, the back on
NXT. They already have David Otunga's lawyer buddies. That's all they need.
Oh, by the way, now that NXT is moving to USA, I have a big feeling that what I've been talking about this whole time is going to start happening a lot.
In mass hysteria.
What?
Constant.
Guess who's going? Everybody's going back to NXT. No, they're going to send the people who aren't getting they'll send 1 or 2 big names, I'm sure. But, like, I guarantee you Apollo Crews is going back. I guarantee you that No Way Jose is going back. I guarantee you that, and they'll get a little bit of a push or they'll get a chance to show off and have a high quality match before they go out. And they're going to start going over there en masse. Like you said, just, like,
Yep.
never mind.
I think one smart move that they should do is end 205 Live and just add them to the NXT roster. You need the depth for a 2-hour television show, and they already do so many crossovers with each other. There's a lot of really good wrestlers on 205 Live, and they would contribute a lot to NXT being on USA Network.
But NXT on the USA Network is going to start becoming micromanaged, and it's going to have to be PG-13.
Let's not be all. I know, but let's not be all pessimistic.
It's always been PG-13.
Not quite. I think they pushed it a little bit more than your standard WWE match.
Let's not.
I think they're gonna get micromanaged once you take out the element that makes it cool.
This is like the 4th time you've said this just in this podcast.
Sorry.
Every time it gets brought up, you say the same exact sentence. I mean, I get it, and I agree with you.
He's worried because NXT
I get you,
is the
and I
better
agree
brand.
with you, but I know, I understand.
They're gonna. I feel like they're gonna ruin the thing I love.
I know, I understand, but let's not dwell on it and only talk about that. Let's.
In the bright side, if AEW ends up being good, you got that.
I genuinely hope that they're both good. I don't think it's gonna be. I really don't think AEW is gonna last very long. I honestly don't, and I'm not. It's all being a hater. I really don't. I think they're just another WCW, and they're gonna fall under the rift.
I think WWE Network's going to lose a lot of subscriptions.
Yep.
Quite possibly. But then again, at the same time, a lot of...
I really agree with Sheep. It's a bad fucking move.
I don't.
No.
The only other thing there is to offer are pay-per-views, and you can stream those online too.
But the common consumer... The common consumer doesn't give a shit about NXT. Even you don't watch it, Street, so...
Like but
wait, you're wrong, because if they didn't, it wouldn't be moving up to USA in the first place.
Here's the thing. The common
enough people are watching it.
Does give a shit about
that has nothing to do with the move to the USA Network.
I think here's the issue. Oh my god! If there was a way, I don't know if there is a way online to see, how many people or how many. Whatever, like the stats of how many people watch NXT, then they should have something like this to show between the viewership of NXT and the other shows. If it's a close number to like Raw or SmackDown, then yeah, people do care. Obviously, more people care about NXT than 205 Live. We understand. We know that for a fact. And no one's subscribing to fucking the network to see 205 Live, okay? You know? That's the only thing that's going to be left on the network is 205 Live.
I guarantee you like 95, maybe even higher, 95% and up of W Network subscribers is for pay-per-views and pay-per-views only. That's the #1 drive to get the network. By the common consumer of the brand. There's probably very seldom few people who actually went out and got a subscription for the network specifically just to watch NXT.
Specifically?
NXT is kind of something you pick up on because you already have the network, and then you hear about NXT and you're like, oh, you're talking about, oh, that's on the network? Okay, I'll check that out, sure. When I get home tonight, I'll check that out. And you watch it, and you're like, oh, this is actually not bad. Right, and you kind of get into it. It's not something
I just found something here.
It's not something that you go out seeking. You kind of just pick up. That's how it happened for me. Kind of just picked up on it because I already had the network because I wanted to watch WrestleMania. And then I heard about NXT, and I'm like, oh, let me check it out. Oh, it's not bad. I watched it for a couple weeks, and then I stopped watching it for like a year, and then I started watching it again.
Fair enough. Fair arguments.
I honestly think that NXT going to USA Network is going to be a good move. I think that more people will watch it this way. Because
No, that's true. But
because you got your people who may not even watch wrestling in general, or may have never watched NXT in general because they didn't have that. It's
more people access.
It depends on who you are. You can't just say it's good or it's bad. It depends on who you are. I've been hearing all kinds of mixed responses, not just from social media, but from in real life. People that I know that like wrestling. Some people have said that they don't like it. They wish it would stay on the network, but yada yada. And some other people have told me, I'm really glad it's going to USA because it'll be easier for me personally to be able to watch it. So I think it depends on who you are and the way that you watch television. But either way, if you're an NXT fan, you're gonna find a way to watch it no matter what. It shouldn't really matter what it airs on. But it's like I said, it's good for some, it's bad for others. Most people that complain about it are just gonna complain about something no matter what.
Yeah.
That's pro wrestling fans. We find something to complain about. I don't think it's a big deal either way. And also,
fans in general, they'll find something to complain about.
I believe that
no matter if it's wrestling or fucking Fortnite, people complain about Fortnite.
You can just watch it. USA has a on-demand service and apps for your phone.
Yeah,
it should be pretty easy to access. So, I mean, it's 2019.
I wonder if USA does the free shit that AMC does. I never checked it. AMC does like the free episodes for like Walking Dead and everything.
I believe they do.
I know on my like Roku and stuff, it says you have to have a cable or satellite account.
I know AMC. You don't have to.
I'm actually on USANetwork.com right now, and yeah, they have episodes of Raw.
The most current.
See if it plays.
The most recent one is from August 19th.
What's that?
Yeah, that's this week's.
Yep, and that's the full episode, and it's on. You can watch it. You have to sign in, of course. Like I said, well, it says sign in with your TV provider, so you must have to have.
Yeah, that's what Sheep is saying. On AMC, you don't have to sign in. You can just start watching it. I told Sheep about that.
I thought that USA had their own like separate. Maybe on the app they do. I thought they had their own separate like pay per month type deal. Maybe
it better be cheap.
Maybe on the app.
I can't afford very many more fucking subscriptions.
Yeah, those subscriptions add up.
Yeah, real quick. I got like too many. That's like what life has become, is paying subscription fees. So we'll move on.
Why can't there be an all-in-one prescription?
It did happen to you. See, it is contagious.
See,
bam.
Y'all fucking me up over here. With this shit.
Yeah. So let's move on. We had Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon in a series of promos where Kevin Owens is suddenly now a little bitch.
Huh? Say that again?
He's all like, I'm sorry, take away the fine, don't give me the fine, take it off, I don't need the fine, I'm sorry. And he's just acting like a little... He's
is that how he was doing it?
The thing that had made him cool the past like 3 months was him being like a badass, almost Stone Coldish type. I hate using the trope, but I mean it's true. It's Stone Coldish type character that, not a heel, not a face. I just don't give a damn, and I'm gonna speak my mind and tell people the truth, and that kind of thing. And then he's just groveling at Shane McMahon's feet after defeating him at SummerSlam. So why isn't he shoving in his face and, you know, being a smartass? And then you had the match with Elias where Shane McMahon interferes and says he's the special guest referee. And
if you went to work and your boss fined you the $100,000, you're gonna act like a little bitch too to try to get out of it.
Wow.
Kevin Owens already...
Let me just say, can you see Stone Cold going up to Vince McMahon? Oh, please, Vince, don't give me the fucking fine. Well, he wouldn't say fucking, but don't give me the fine. I can't afford a fine. I gotta pay off the ranch. I don't fucking know. Yeah, no.
Well, no, because Kevin Owens is someone who we already have a backstory of, that he has children and a wife. We already know that. That wasn't a thing with Stone Cold. So
Sure.
it's family oriented.
Also, it's all about Kevin Owens, the family man now, huh?
He's doing what he has to do to protect his family. He already proved himself. He already defeated Shane McMahon at SummerSlam.
The best in the world.
I don't see a problem with Kevin Owens' character here. The problem that I see is that he beat Shane McMahon fair and square, and we still are seeing Shane McMahon on TV constantly.
Yep.
They're still filling in time for Shane McMahon after he lost. Why is he even in the picture? Why is he still fucking with Kevin Owens? At this
Well, here's
point,
one
it's
thing.
just-
I for one hate the fine
He lost.
storyline because I
Yeah,
can never
me
get
too.
fully involved in anything that involves a quote-unquote fine in the WWE because I know it's scripted and I know nobody's really losing any money. He's not paying $100,000 to any fucking body. It's just part of the story.
I know, I agree. You got to kind of take yourself away from that and
I know.
and
But
believe it.
that card
You have
one
to
is so
make
obvious.
yourself- Yeah, I know what you mean. I agree. And it's just and on top of that, with what I just said, it just makes it that much worse. You're forcing storyline with Shane McMahon. We're finally supposed to get away from that, and then you do it with something corny as a $100,000 fine that isn't real.
Yep.
Like, come on, like it's just
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just
I
didn't
don't know. I
enjoy
don't-
that at all.
because it's like to me now, where is this going now? What is the point? You already lost clean to Kevin Owens, so why are you keeping on with him? Like, what can they do now to make this interesting?
Oh, I
Are we
know
gonna
exactly
get them in a
what
match
this is actually
again? Like,
I know
I don't
where
get
this
it.
action might be going to go with Shane McMahon. I know exactly where it's going, and I literally.
where's that? Let us know, Ben.
Now hate it.
Let us know.
No, so it involves the entire whole King of the Ring. For some stupid damn
The
reason,
whole King
why
of the
do I
Ring or
actually
just a part
now
of it?
Seen, like, well, Shane McMahon winning this whole tournament. You know,
Oh.
yeah, the last, you know, well, he's done, you know,
Baron Corbin's
with the whole
winning.
Freaking, like, you know, well, with the whole fucking
Baron
best in the
Corbin's
world
gonna
fucking
win.
drama, he's already fucking done with that.
It's
by the
obvious.
way.
Hey,
But there is actually another one. Drew
there's
fucking
another one.
McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is another
Drew
fucking person, you know.
McIntyre.
Well,
Baron
actually,
Corbin
no,
could
well,
beat Drew
actually,
McIntyre into a bloody
Now,
pulp with the power of his
okay.
new tank top.
You know, Sheep, that is absolute fucking BS. Freaking Drew McIntyre, yo, he would kill Baron Corbin in seconds, in minutes. He would kill him.
No.
in mere
Actually,
seconds. I'm sorry.
actually,
Drew McIntyre
Actually,
is,
Ben, if
is
you
the
wanna
fucking
get-
future. Drew McIntyre is the future of fucking WWE. And that's
if
the
you want to
fucking
get,
honest truth.
if you want to actually get like real life technical here, in a real life fight,
Okay.
Baron Corbin would annihilate
All
Drew
of Baron Corbin's
McIntyre in
accomplishments
real life.
are all
Is that
like,
Gold
freaking
Gloves
forgettable.
boxer? He would fuck Drew McIntyre up.
I know.
He
right?
would
Can
fuck
I
Drew
literally
McIntyre
actually
up.
just say something
True.
right? by the
You're
way?
insane.
You're
Baron
insane,
Corbin's got
Ben.
hands for real,
He's a
for real.
Golden Glove boxer, Ben. Come on. What is
That
Drew
man's got
McIntyre?
hands for
All
real,
of
for
those
real.
accomplishments
Braun
are so
Strowman
fucking
would get
forgettable
those
now.
hands.
They are so fucking
He
forgettable.
would knock Braun
I
Strowman the
bet-
hell out. You're
I know.
crazy.
I
Now
bet
forgettable.
he would. I bet
I bet he
would.
could. I'm not even
I bet he
lying.
could. Same.
Well, name me,
He would.
you know,
He
well,
would. I
one
think he would
of-
dominate
well,
Braun
one
in a
of the
fight.
WWE accomplishments
I really do.
that Baron Corbin, you know, well, he has actually done.
I
What is
wonder
one
why
accomplishment
Baron
from
Corbin ain't
WWE
in.
has done.
I wonder
by the
why
way?
Baron Corbin
One
ain't in
accomplishment from
boxing
WWE.
though. He's a Golden
Baron
Glove
Corbin has
boxer, but why
Baron
isn't he
Corbin
not in,
retired
like,
Kurt
boxing?
Angle. Baron Corbin was Money in the Bank champion.
Well, is that, you know,
He probably just chose
is that,
professional wrestling.
an accomplishment, by
as a
the way?
career.
You know,
It is.
retires.
It's in the books.
Kurt
It's
Angle?
on the.
Yo,
you can look it up. You
anyone
can Google it
fucking
as an
retire
accomplishment.
Kurt fucking Angle. Anybody can, you know, can fucking retire Kurt Angle. To be honest,
Wow.
anybody can.
Anybody?
Yo, even fucking Drew McIntyre could fucking do that.
Kurt
Even
Angle.
Drew McIntyre could
Ben
fucking,
Rivers is calling you out. IRL.
Joe
Same as-
McIntyre.
He's over there in
Drew
Australia.
McIntyre can even like freaking make
Hey,
fucking Kurt Angle retire
Soul
in mere
and Sheep,
seconds.
Soul and Sheep, about the USA thing. On the app, you can sign in with your Google account and start watching.
Ooh,
Nice.
interesting.
Yeah, 'cause I just checked it on the app. I went to click on it says if you have internet provider, you click no. Oh, not internet provider. Blah. If you have you know, TV provider, whatever, you can click no, and then you can sign in with.
Yeah, but
Google
you,
account
I
or
don't.
whatever.
You gotta get into the details of it because a lot of times they'll either let you watch part and then they'll be like, watch the rest.
No.
If you sign, you
No,
know.
it's full. I just fucking did it and clicked on the video and started watching it, and it shows the whole entire thing.
Baron Corbin Miss Money
Like,
oh, yeah,
it shows there. It's not like, I don't know, maybe it does cut off towards the middle, probably does, but it shows down the thing where all the ads pop up from it, when when you're looking at the bar, it shows with the ad breaks. And yeah, that's all I seen.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll give it a try one day.
Give it a whirl one day.
I'll give it a whirl, Earl. Alright, so we ended SmackDown with the cliffhanger of the Whodunit, where they revealed the masked man who was
shit.
the Eric Rowan lookalike.
Done it.
I thought that was kind of funny.
This.
And there was another segment that made me giggle. I laughed. It was kind of groan-inducing as well. Like right after the initial laugh, was like, oh, but it's so kind of corny and silly. But I kind of dig it. I actually like what the thing that is involving Roman Reigns is right now.
Oh yeah?
I hope it's not Daniel Bryan or Eric Rowan. I genuinely hope it's not.
Same.
Because if it's that obvious, then it's just not worth
then it's just gonna be
any of the setup. But if it turns out to be someone else, surprising, someone, unsuspected, Tommaso Ciampa, please, or,
That'd be amazing.
even just anybody, but Rikishi, I'm down with that. Not Samoa Joe, because that's also a little bit too obvious. And he was already there one time when the person tried to run him over too, but he's like, I paid that guy to do that, whatever.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You can explain away anything. But, yeah, not, don't let it be Daniel Bryan or Eric Rowan. It'd be funny if it was genuinely the look-alike. Like, no, I just hate Roman Reigns. I don't know. But yeah, that was it for that. And I spoke so much about NXT, I feel bad because I didn't get to watch it this week. But I didn't get to watch all of Raw or SmackDown either, so that was a time thing. It's not really a wanting to. But I will go over it and spoil it for myself.
I didn't watch NXT.
Well, you're getting the same treatment, buddy. Well,
I'll still go back and watch it. So.
Yeah, there was a promo from Undisputed Era. Some stuff happened. It was supposedly really good, so I'm just kind of going to skip that. We had Mansoor versus Damian Priest.
Mansoor?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
he's back.
Yeah, that person.
Finally.
Yeah, from what's
Y'all
that
remember him?
place they had? Nope, I actually do not remember.
At the Super Crown
that
Jewel
is
Showdown, he won the Battle Royale.
Well, he was a squash match for Priest, apparently.
Boring. Very boring, the whole segment.
So he was enhancement talent, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, but he won the largest Battle Royale in history.
Yeah,
And now he,
because everybody cares about that.
Yeah,
now he jobbed to a guy that they just signed from Ring of Honor, like a year
They
ago.
buried him. Yeah.
Not a year ago, but you know what I mean. Recently-ish. Okay. Makes sense. Sounds WWE.
Yeah. Then we have Mia Yim versus Vanessa Bourne. I'm not gonna tell the winners, and spoil it for Soul that much. Basically, here's what he's got to look forward to.
Jessica Bourne, isn't that a movie?
No.
Not Vanessa Bourne.
I didn't say. I said Vanessa, didn't I?
Yeah.
Vanessa. Oh, the movie is Vanessa Bourne.
Yeah, that's the movie.
God damn it.
And you had Bronson Reed versus Shane Thorne. I don't know what that's
Wait,
about.
Shane Thorne was on action? Thank God. But
He loves him some TM61.
Oh, God.
One, they're Australian. Two, they
Wait.
like Pokemon.
Did Ben just, and I quote, Shane Thorne was on Thank God?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Did those words just come out of his mouth? Who are you?
What are you fucking talking about, alright?
Who-
Lou fucking hell? Are you Lou, fucking talking to right now?
You've
Soul.
said
Literally.
you've said 2 lines tonight that only you have ever said. You
What,
win
Shane?
you win the reward for originality, Ben.
Wait,
being the
that's
only
Shane
person-
Thorne about
No.
Shane Thorne, being on
No, first it was
NXT.
the Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes coalition. And then now you said Shane Thorne was on? Thank God. Who would say that?
I'm sorry, well, it's not my freaking fault, alright? Soul? Yeah, well, what? Okay, no, that's like say something about, what about freaking Brock Lesnar, I was gonna say.
Let's
Something about Brock
hear
Lesnar,
it.
and I
Sheep,
literally just...
Sheep, let's hear it. What did
Wait,
Shane Thorne do?
Wait, here's how
Let's
it can
hear it.
happen, though. Wait. What if it was Shane Thorne's childhood best friend? They grew up and did all kinds of shit and, played in the treehouse together. And now he watches him on TV and he's like, man, I wish my buddy Shane Thorne was on NXT. I haven't seen him in so long. And then that match happened and he's like, thank God, Shane Thorne. It could have been said.
He was on NXT.
That's true.
Yeah, and he was actually...
Could have been said.
That's a good
was actually
point.
facing up against, another Australian, so that's actually very interesting, 2 Australians actually facing up against each other. There you
That's
go.
a good point.
So I
She's got
think
your
somebody
back,
else
man.
has said that. I'll give him that one. The other one with Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, I don't think there's a super fan of that pairing that's just like, oh, thank God, or just think of that, comparing that to that. So I think he's got that one. There's at least one thing Ben has said today that no one has said ever.
I don't think that. I don't know if even Shane Thorne's best friend would have said thank God.
Come on, man, you got to give it. There's some
I don't
weight
think Shane
to it.
Thorne
I think
has a best friend.
I think it adds it casts a shadow of a doubt on it being
No,
ever,
because-
considering the
well,
infinite
let
amount
me-
of things that are being said everywhere at any given time.
Let me finish. Shane Thorne is Australian. Australians don't exist, so you can't have a best
okay.
friend.
Damn,
if you don't
damn,
exist.
you got me. You got me.
Amazing. Fuck
Fuck.
right off. You know what else actually well, okay. Well, England, they don't even exist. England just does not exist. I just said that England. Yeah, England. Yeah, they don't exist.
Okay, what are you trying to say?
Oh, fuck England. I'm just saying. Yeah, because it's just shame,
What did England do?
everything. Everything. They did fucking everything stupid.
Well, they did do some pretty. Well, most every country did some pretty jacked up stuff. So let's not go into that.
Alright, let's hear about what Shane Thorne did on NXT.
Oh, you want to hear about it? All right.
What did he do?
So he
Well,
fought
see,
Bronson
all
Reed, who was one of the. He made it to the semifinals of the breakout tournament. Shane Thorne.
The only fat Australian I've ever seen in my life. Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
I've never seen an Australian person that was overweight before until I seen Bronson Reed.
Basically, Shane. Here's what happened. Shane Thorne got beat up for 3/4 of the match, and then Shane Thorne delivered a running knee and won kind of out of nowhere.
Yep.
I mean, you didn't have to go into details to tell me who won. I just wanted to know what he.
Oh man, no spoilers.
Yeah, you literally actually said about all the spoilers. You said that, yeah.
But no, I'm serious. Like
No
me personally, I've never seen an overweight Australian person before. I'm not trying to be funny. I just really never have until I seen Bronson Reed. It's not racist. It's a personal observation.
That's racist to me, by the way.
Why is it racist to you?
Fucking racist. All right, okay. Yeah, let's just move on. Let's move on to a different.
You're not a race. You're like a breed.
Well, fuck you too.
Yeah, Ben, you're white as fuck.
Like a dying breed.
Someone fucking dying?
Yeah, me.
God, I literally,
I literally died.
Okay. A freaking car, like literally, while the car spun out.
A car.
Right out. Yeah, right out front. Literally somewhere. Yeah, I think I actually just heard like a fucking accident happening.
Alright, well, I hope that goes well.
A car accident.
Moving on.
Face is a car accident.
Sheep, please.
Okay,
The final match and the next one, which I'm reading was supposedly, top notch, was Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane.
Oh yeah, don't say nothing about that. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah,
Sting came back and interfered and disqualified everyone.
Oh, goddamn Sheep. How could you?
So, we've covered some of news and rumors.
Sting's not coming back until the next pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna be on AEW. Goldberg in a triple threat.
Sting is gonna be on AEW.
We do not want a fucking Goldberg.
Sting on AEW confirmed.
Sting's on AEW.
Yeah, Sting's going on AEW. Because Sting still hates Triple H. He still has a grudge against him.
Everyone hates Triple H.
Like fucking Triple H, this fucking guy. Still trying to get me on fucking WWE, this fucking guy. Fucking Vince McMahon fucking stealing my shit.
Yep.
Triple H is like that douchebag that's banging the popular girl in school and thinks that he's better than everyone else.
Yeah.
So, news and rumors. Has anybody got anything? I'm kind of pulling up a bunch of the same old.
Well,
Cody Rhodes says
something new. Why are you
Cody Rhodes says this about. I can't find anything new.
Oh, John Moxley. Yeah, he's out of. He got pulled out of All Out with that injury again. That almost nearly killed him.
Maybe it's just so he can show up anyway out of the back of an ambulance and surprise everyone with how tough he is.
Probably.
Maybe.
But that worked really good in WWE.
It feels like it's a work. But I don't really know. I didn't really look into it, so who knows?
We shall see.
Because, I mean, it feels like it's a work because he's not the type of guy that uses social media. So why out of nowhere is he posting about his injury? He never used social media once when he was in WWE, so why now? You know what I mean? Right?
I don't know.
Don't that kind of make you think something's up?
Yeah. It's odd. For sure.
Oh, it's odd indeed.
Hang on. Oh, yep, and of course also, yeah, we have some like more 24/7 champions, by the way, and yeah, and also the host of Fox Sports actually became 24/7 champion. Yeah, and yeah, I needed to bring that one up also.
That was noteworthy.
Wait. Did he say the host of Fox Sports became WWE
Yeah.
24/7 champ?
Yep, he did. Oh no.
So that's what we're
Yo,
doing
you
now?
want to see the tweet, by the way? WWE actually tweeted this, by the way. Let me get this tweet.
And you were all mad about AEW having that promotion fight with the fucking guy from the promotion?
I think it's silly and unnecessary, but WWE, they'll do, you know, they're pretty good at selling out anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like these stupid Skype interviews, like the Skype interview thing with Booker T. Like, okay.
Well, one rumor I'm seeing is the possibility of The Miz versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Clash of Champions.
Then Shinsuke wins because Sami Zayn will be out there. Or Sami Zayn will screw Shinsuke or something, I don't know.
Also, the WWE could possibly add a 6th takeover to the schedule starting in 2020. Depending, it could depend on the numbers on USA Network. So we might get another takeover starting in 2020, an extra one.
Yeah. Okay.
Which makes sense.
Yep. What else? Oh, I think of some other news that I can talk about. Oh no!
I don't know, man.
Else.
6 takeovers might be too much.
Oh, should we actually, Oh, also,
You
by
guys
the way,
haven't seen
WWE
Ronda
might be-
Rousey's finger?
Yeah, the match might be getting like a potential podcast.
Oh yeah, Ronda Rousey chopped her finger off.
Yep.
Basically, yeah. Crazy.
Crazy.
WWE,
I posted
we're
it in
creating like
Discord.
a new podcast, by the way. Have we actually talked about that one yet, or no?
Well,
Well, WWE, we're thinking of doing a podcast.
oh,
Potentially.
really?
Yeah, they're gonna be doing that.
So WWE is gonna do a podcast of its own show.
Yep. Potentially.
Its own show is
let me
basically
just-
a podcast.
Hang on, I need
Yeah,
to-
they barely wrestle. You don't need to watch it. You need to listen to it.
The Endeavor Audio Creating Podcast Network to feature WWE superstars. I've seen that one now. On Blitz
Wow.
Report.
Wonderful.
Yeah. The worst fucking decision ever in history. Fuck WWE.
Did y'all even talk about 2K?
Oh,
20?
2K20, yes. Have we talked about it? No, we haven't.
You guys
What's,
didn't talk
what's
about
the
it.
news on it? I haven't even been keeping up with it.
Well, they came out. It came out. The trailer came out and the announcement came out last week, right?
Yep.
But it was only So and Ben show, and I don't think they went over it,
Nah, we actually
like their
didn't
thoughts
see
or
it.
anything.
Well, what do you guys think?
Yeah,
Well,
we
I
got
know
two so
that-
far.
Well, I know that there will be a men's and a women's My Career mode. Yep.
And there's
Ooh.
gonna be mixed tag team.
Mixed tag matches. Also, yeah, they're going to be in there.
hmm Who's the people confirmed so far? I didn't get the final list of it yet.
Is it? I don't know. Is it just a portion, or is it all of them?
No, they didn't announce the entire thing yet.
Hmm.
Let me look it up.
You look it up
I am looking it up.
now. Don't
I
sass.
am.
Don't sass me.
Don't you sass me.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Also, the Fiend is actually going to be
Yeah.
part of the game.
Bray
also.
Wyatt.
The
So So the Bray Wyatt thing. Okay.
Yep.
There's a few
Yay.
things I want to talk about. No, there's a few things I want to talk about though, of the game and pre-order and all that jazz. So let's get to this thing here. 1 second, let me refresh my page because I had ad blocker and this fucking thing won't let me. So they have this bump in the night pre-order thing. You guys seen that yet?
No?
Okay. Let me go over it with you real quick. I'm just looking up the thing real quick. Alright, here it is. So, the Bump in the Night is basically a horror themed DLC that you'll get for pre-ordering. And it features the Fiend, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, they usually don't
Fiend.
get the characters in that quick.
Yep.
Usually it's all
It
set
features
by
the Fiend.
WrestleMania.
And the Bump in the Night includes 2K story modes, which has a few 2K story, story
little-
2K tower modes. There we go. It features a few of them. There's like 5 of them. And there's one called the Fiend, which is Bray Wyatt stars in his own tower. All Fed Up, which is Sheamus is focused to take on some of his former fellow superstars who has all became zombies. Nowhere to Run is Nikki Cross looks to play with other superstars in her own twisted game. One of the Family, which is Bray Wyatt decides to bring one of his past recruits, Daniel Bryan, and avoid one of the Swamp Fathers trawls. I don't know what that's all about. Nowhere to Hide. Survivor Mandy Rose had enough with Nikki Cross in her game. She's going to do what she can to put the end to her madness. So those are the towers that comes with that. And then they get horror-themed WWE wrestler superstars. You get the Fiend, of course. Demon King Finn Balor, which is, I don't even think that's a horror theme. That's just Demon King. You get the Swamp Father Bray Wyatt, Franken Strowman, Wicked Aleister Black, Unleashed Apex Predator Randy Orton, Fed Up Sheamus, plus 2 mystery versions of WWE
Mystery
superstars
characters.
that's not announced yet.
The Demon King is something different, isn't it?
I think it's going to be something.
Is it different face paint?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not listed in this photo, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 arenas, which is Bray Wyatt's Swamp Arena and the Cemetery Brawl Arena. And then a horror-themed creation doesn't create a superstar parts. So they have horror-themed wrestling attire parts. So there's new weapons, new moves, and a bunch of arena parts as well. Which makes sense because when this drops, it'll be around the time for Halloween. So they're throwing off a DLC off the bat, and this is the first time they ever did this. They never threw a DLC out there when the game.
So if you pre-order, you get it ahead of time.
Exactly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pre-ordering.
I don't know. Last time I pre-ordered, my game came like 2 days after the release, and it didn't, like, it was only like, I got 1 day of extra time with it.
You should just pre-order it on the PlayStation because you can play it at midnight.
Yeah, you could do that.
True.
If you really don't.
It's also true.
Okay.
Because I won't be getting. I won't. Yeah, last time I got the
physical. That's probably what took so long.
Well, I got remember, because I got the Woo edition.
Yeah.
You can't do that digitally, obviously.
Yeah. So I mean, if I wanted like the collector's edition, you know. How's SOL? It should come with like a digital code.
Well, in Arkansas, they actually deliver mail by riding on donkeys, so that's why. Took a little while to get there.
No, we use mules.
Oh,
Yeah.
upgrade, okay.
So, just so you know.
Alright, there's something I wanted to talk about. I talked about it in the chat, but I don't think you were there, Sheep. We were talking about the, the collector edition of WWE 2K20, and I honestly think it's not even as close as good as last year's, and it's the same price, $130 something.
Yeah, I'm not
And-
getting it.
You seen it, right? You seen it? What's in it? Or no?
What's in it? I think I have. I think I was so underwhelmed that I forgot it already.
Alright.
What edition it comes
So
with.
here's what comes in it. You get exclusive acrylic piece featuring a piece of WWE SmackDown ring skirt from either 2002 to 2008. A collectible acrylic piece containing WWE SmackDown Legend autograph from either Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, or Edge. And then you get the SmackDown 20 digital bonus content, includes playable characters, Chyna in her first WWE 2K appearance, Hulk Hogan in his first WWE 2K appearance since 2K15, and then you get a different version of The Rock, and then you get the Rock and Sock connection with Mankind.
And you also get
And then
Shawn.
there's more details for this freaking downloadable content that still need to be released. And that's all there is for that. The rest is just a bunch of shit you get from
So
the other
basically,
place.
you get nothing at all. What the fuck are you gonna do with a piece of ring apron? Like,
That's what I'm
stupid.
saying. Like, okay, if you really are into that kind of stuff, like into like collecting like memorabilia and like pieces from live events, if you're really a big fanatic of that and you like collecting that, yeah, go get it, I guess. But last year it was much more better in my opinion because it came with a fucking pop, and I like pops.
And well,
it came with a ring.
having a piece of the robe that Ric Flair wore, that's cool. But a ring apron from somewhere in between 2002 and 2008 that you don't know what night it was, who wrestled, like there's no history behind it. It's just a piece of ring apron. Like, at least with the robe, you knew Ric Flair wore that at some point.
Well, I mean, it's
You know what I mean?
entirely possible that they, say what ring it's from, which match it was used in, or what it was taken from.
It is, but still,
If they do that, then I understand.
it's just a ring.
more.
It's just a piece of fucking.
It's still just a
apron.
piece of the ring. Like, I've got baseball cards and stuff that have, like, a piece of, like, the guy's uniform in it, and they're worthless. Unless it's like a really
Yeah, but
famous,
that's-
unless it's like a
that's-
really famous one, but then it's still worthless if it's not like the most rare version with like an autograph on it too. The like 1 in a
But
million.
it's still cool. That's still more
hang on.
cool as a collector. If
I
you
think
know
the
where
only
it's
thing
coming
cool
from.
about it, I think the only thing cool about it would be having an autograph and a piece of either Rey Mysterio or Edge. I don't really care about Kurt Angle. A lot of people do, but I don't care.
Wow.
But Rey Mysterio,
That's because you don't
was
care
one of my
about
big-
honesty or integrity or intelligence.
Rey Mysterio was one of my biggest,
Intensity. Intensity, not
one of my
intelligence.
favorite favorite
20 does not have an early access
WWE
promotion. There is
wrestlers was Rey
early
Mysterio
access
and
4
Edge.
days early for 2K20.
So I would like an autograph from him. I have no autographs except for that one autograph from that crate I got, which doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
well, you
'cause- no.
What do you mean? It was what's her face from? She's in is she in AEW?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? The fuck you talking
The woman.
Ja-
No,
Jazz?
the
Jazz.
Bailey
AEW
wannabe?
version of Bailey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miley Kylie Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that chick.
Do you guys think that I'm an AEW hater and I actually keep up with things? But whatever, you know.
Who thinks you're AEW here? That's Ben.
Fuck you, by the way.
You too, Street.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, Street.
You've called me
Street.
AEW hater like a million times until you
Yeah.
started agreeing with me.
You have Street. You actually have Street.
Because
You have.
I was trolling with Ben half the time.
Well, I'm giving them, well,
Into
a
it.
freaking chance, by the way. Well, at least, I'm actually giving them, a fucking
I am
chance.
giving them a chance, Ben. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't try to assume what I'm doing in my life.
So, is anybody gonna buy the Ukes WWE game?
I don't know.
If
There's
that-
no information about it yet.
If that actually happens, probably.
I was hoping for information to come out around the same time as 2K20, so then I could have an excuse to not buy 2K20.
Well, the only way I would buy the Ukes game if it's something fun, creative, and enjoyable to actually play. The only reason I really keep up with the WWE games now is to do the universe modes. I don't really actually play it. So unless the Ukes game comes out with something interesting, that would be like a goofy pastime, something to play with your friends. That's the only reason I would want to get it. But I don't even play WWE 2K19. I just do the universe mode stuff. So I haven't done a single tower. I only played career for like 2 hours. I don't play none of that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Same.
I'll be honest.
I agree. I use the
Well,
same
Ukes
thing.
is actually, no longer with WWE anyway. So
Not
Ukes
everybody
is
here is
no
a Ben and actually plays WWE games.
The mechanics aren't. I mean, they're not fun.
Yeah,
There's nothing that brings me back. Like the towers mode, they're underwhelming. Once you've done my career, that you've done it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I can only do so many exhibition matches.
Well, it's got like that vibe to 2K17. It's just got like that vibe.
Tell me how long it lasted for me to start for streaming it and actually playing, to go from taking match requests to go from universe mode. Not very long.
time.
It lasted like a week.
Soul was the longest holdout.
Yeah.
Huh?
Soul held out the longest.
For what?
He played it the longest. He was the last one.
Really?
He was the last one to start doing universe modes.
No, I was.
Were you?
No.
Yes.
I remember I was doing regular Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Oh, okay, yeah,
with
that's right.
With the actual superstars before.
He did
Right.
universe mode, but he didn't do it
own-
with subscribers.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah.
started doing it with subscribers. When he, I think
Well,
when
I
he
had to
rebranded,
build.
when you
I had to
rebranded
build
SXW.
a company, bruh.
Yeah, he
What
had
do you
to
mean?
do it.
I had to sign
Yeah, we have
superstars
all
and stuff.
got
You know,
to
I
do
was
that.
in the back. I
Yeah,
was in
we
the
have-
background.
we have
You
working,
had-
okay?
you had
Now I got a
SXW.
roster.
But you
All
had
had
some
the fun.
WWE superstars in it because you didn't have
You know,
anybody.
all I want to say
And
is
then you redid it.
2K20 SXW is taking over the world.
Oh yeah.
We're doing a full rebranding.
No, that's me, bro.
Potential GM mode,
No,
maybe
no
they
more
come back
eliminators,
on.
no more kill switch. Retired.
Rebranding.
19.
I'm gonna have new tag titles, new arena, new everything, boys.
Yeah,
Okay.
like you're gonna go that far into it. yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Damn.
Yeah.
I literally have no choice. You have to recreate
Why-
everything.
That's
Lots
true.
of-
you do.
I want to see if there's
Oh,
any
wait.
features that they announced for universe mode. I want to see if
I
there's
hope-
any improvements
I
or
hope
changes.
I
'cause
hope it's more creative and you have more options of things to do and stuff. I think
Like,
that
let
you
the-
should be able to preset who you want to win matches. That would make running universe a lot more easy and fun.
Maybe like a potential drop. That would actually actually
Because if think about it, like when you're when you're doing your universe mode, sometimes you have ideas where you actually want someone specific to win. Where like sometimes there's times where like I have a certain.
Are
I may
you
have a
talking
certain-
about rigging matches?
Yeah. You talking about Ben Riggers over here? It's not
trying
Ben
to,
does.
trying to be a
Well,
rigger?
if they allowed an option to preset a winner, it wouldn't be rigging. It would be it's an option. It's different.
Would
if
you make it
go
clear?
through the trouble of yeah. It was just like
you couldn't
in real
say
life,
before or after, right? But you could say after. I guess you wouldn't want to say before because then you would spoil it.
You could kind of, you could just like in real life, the matches are predetermined on WWE or any professional wrestling, but there's points to them. It would be a lot easier to create stories for your universe, for your subscribers, if you could predetermine who's gonna win the match, and not by rigging it, by lowering overalls and screwing them over where they don't have a chance. But it makes it a lot easier to determine what you're gonna do, like to push people, and it's just like in real life.
Okay, I see the comparison.
I mean,
how it's basically doing the same thing, just a virtual version of it, and it's the same exact thing. I get it.
The element of surprise is pretty cool, but that's gonna be there for your viewers regardless. They don't know if they're winning or not. So whether you predetermine the winner or not on your end, it's not ruining anything for them. You know what I mean?
I get it.
They're still watching, and you may be like, I may be like, Sheep for example has been, in my streams constantly, and he's really into this and into his character, and really, and I want to give him a push. I want to book him to win and give him a shot at the title. You might want to kind of run your universe mode the way that you envision it, but you can't do that if you can't predetermine the winners. I think that should be one of many extra options that they add in this year. There should be a lot more creativity with universe, a lot of different promo things you could do. There's a lot missing.
Well,
you should truly be able to run your universe 110% the way that you envision it, with no limitations.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I want like abilities to do certain things.
Another thing is, like 7 matches max. You should be able. They should increase the amount of matches you can have. Why is it only 7? Even on pay-per-views, you can only have 7.
It's always 7 matches. You can always
even on pay-per-views, like they could at least increase the pay-per-view to like 11. Like, do something.
True.
Those are some of the things that I want to see change this year. But they're probably just gonna copy and paste universe mode and not even do much with it.
It's just don't get your hopes up, because they're gonna do the same thing they did last year. They're like hype it up, and the only thing that was different was basically there was a few stuff added in. Okay, the towers thing, the fucking whatever you want to call it. I mean, the new story mode. Okay, yeah, we get that. But then everything else was just the same, but just different look and a few different additions. The showcase return, big deal. It wasn't even that long. It was like an hour-long showcase. I mean, the 2K Towers. Have any of you guys even played 2K Towers besides Ben? Because I know Ben has. Have you guys even played it?
Nope.
So
played what? I'm sorry.
2K Towers.
Have you even played it?
No, I don't think I've played it even once.
Exactly. No one played that fucking shit. No one cares. Except for people like Ben. That's it.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, just like me all the fucking time. Oh yeah, that's right.
They're saying that the roster is gonna be huge, but the thing is, the roster is gonna be it's gonna be the same as every year. I mean, it's not gonna be a huge fucking roster, because half the people we was expecting to be in 2K19 weren't even there, and they were there for some you know, for particular reasons. And it's like they can't get past that shit, obviously, because there's some shit that they can't get past, like the issues that they had with trying to get some people on the game, but they couldn't because of this and that. Well, it's whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's just gonna be overhyped. That's all it's gonna be. They haven't really announced much other than the first DLC that you get for pre-ordering, the mixed tag team, the different My Career thing. That's all that's been said. They're gonna have more towers. Big deal. No one gives a shit about that. Apparently they're saying the controls are gonna be different or something like that. I don't know. It's supposed to be easier, apparently. I don't know how easier it can be.
Oh my
The
fucking
control
God.
seems
The
pretty
controls-
easier. The controls don't seem that bad. What would you say about the current controls of the game right now? Do you think it's
They're
hard
not
for
fun.
newer people to play? They're not fun, but
Yeah.
How is it not fun, by the way? How?
but
not
is it
fun.
easier to adapt to?
I don't know. I think there's a lot. They could definitely dumb it down. I don't know if that would be better or worse. I don't know.
I don't
It
know.
could go either way. If they dumb it down, but it's funner and more fluid, then that's fine. But if they dumb it down to the point
Tell me what
where
you don't like
can't,
about it
you
right
can't
now.
alter. I just
Tell me
don't
what you don't
enjoy
like
it. I
about
don't. I can't quantify it. I can't put it to words. I don't know what it is. It's kind of just like this feeling of being underwhelmed with. I don't enjoy it. It's not fun. It's like every single bit of it fairly easy, and it's not that hard to execute the stuff. But some of the transitions into stuff kind of get on my nerves, like from the strong grapple, weak grapple, things like that. I think there could be a different way. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It could be a simpler way. It could be a more advanced way. You could have a way that beginners can still play with an advanced person, but where, an advanced person definitely has a competitive edge. But
You know what's
you
been
throw
my
in factors like
Mhm.
the
Go on.
almost arcadey elements, like the
Uh-huh.
give them an ability or something where they can still compete even if they're weaker.
Sure.
Kind of like Mortal Kombat with those X-rays and stuff like that.
I think they tried to do that with the special moves thing that they have on there now.
I still
You know
don't even
that
know how to
special move
activate
thing?
those things.
Yeah.
I did
they
it for a
never
trophy, I think, but I don't think I ever once did it in an actual match that I was playing in for
Same.
the little while that I played it.
I think that's what they tried to do to make it so it's more like easier and possible to do a certain thing.
I don't know. We'll
But-
see how it works out. I mean, it might be for better, or it might be worse. I don't like the mechanics right now. Just they're boring to me. I don't know why.
There's
They're just not as fun.
one major thing they need to work on for me to actually think maybe this game could be enjoyable. And I think it would be more enjoyable for. So, are you still here?
Yeah.
I think so. Just went
I think it would be more enjoyable for us as well, for something for us to play together with, is if they work with the online fucking
Yes.
functionality.
Yeah,
The
the
online
party.
Please
is
let that happen.
straight up trash.
Garbage.
It's
yeah,
straight
yeah,
up fucking garbage.
I
It's the
have to
worst
fucking agree with
online
that.
experience next to Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, I don't even know. It's terrible.
If they fix that, that would be amazing.
Be fucking good.
Because
Then
we could have
then
so
we
much
could all
fun.
actually, yeah, we could have a lot of fun playing online against each other and stuff.
Yeah, and we could do streams off it and
We used to
everything.
play
Yeah.
against
The
each
only
other
thing-
in the podcast, but that was distracting.
And then look where he.
Yeah, but it was
how that
never
actually fucking-
consistent.
Awkward
It
there was
was-
awkward silences for long periods of time where we were all just playing. You could just hear
Yeah, but it
buttons.
was never consistent. It was never consistent.
Well, mostly me, by
It
the way.
would either
Mostly me, I
like
was.
it would stop working or would stop loading, or when it loaded or nobody would get in. It was just terrible. It was not
Yeah.
consistent.
You're right.
And that's why we stopped doing it, because not all of us could get in. Or when it load. It was terrible. 2K, the servers for the 2K WWE game has always been fucking trash, and I think it's the only 2K game they treat trash for online capability. Everything else is probably better. Like NBA, fucking 10 times better probably. Like,
NBA is fine. The online for NBA is fine.
Like, come on, why are they slacking on it? Like, what is the problem here? If they can do NBA, have fucking a whole court of people.
It's a whole
connected
different
to
group
each
of people
other.
making this game, though, most likely.
Oh, then they're fucking stupid. Get new people in that can
And the
work on the
servers-
online function.
The servers for 2K are like 100 people per server. WWE's only like a handful of people on a server, so I don't understand.
Exactly. That's
they
what I'm
can't
saying. If they
fix
can
it.
get a full court of real people, and it's not even just that, like.
And but it's bad
It's the
all
people
year.
all
They
around.
never turn around and fix it throughout the year.
They never fucking fix
It's
2K.
it's bad
2K
from the
servers.
release to the release of the next game.
Exactly. They gotta work on that, and they're never gonna work on it. It's gonna pass up. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't.
I might even wait for other
online.
people to get it and tell me and just see before I buy it.
So you're not gonna pre-order it and not get that?
Oh, look at the magic scary monster pack.
Why not? It's dope. It's dope.
You could
But, hey,
still get it when it comes out
be-
as a DLC.
Yeah, but don't be mad when everybody's playing and have the fucking Fiend and everything, and you're just sitting there with your fucking whatever and be like, oh, yeah.
The Fiend would run in fear of Sad Toby.
Oh,
By the way,
shit.
Sheep, when are we gonna get a return of WCSW?
I
Man,
know,
I don't
right?
know,
When
man.
is that gonna
Yeah, what about
happen?
that?
Are you
This-
just retired the show?
We
You
want it back
retired
this
it?
Monday.
Because
We want it back on Monday.
Oh god.
We've
I
been
can try.
waiting.
Yeah.
Speaking of Universe Mode, Gold Rush coming out soon.
Gold Rush? Oh,
That's
wait,
your pay-per-view?
No, it's a new show I'm doing next to PSW. I
It's
announced
called
it
Gold
on my
Rush?
last Yeah,
Yep.
I
Gold
announced
Rush.
it on my other my last fucking episode. I know it kind of sounds like a pay-per-view name, but it's more of a sideshow.
It's like Great Balls of Fire.
It's like kind of like
Great Balls of Fire, you know what?
it's
that
a
was-
sideshow. Gold Rush. It's basically what it is 6 matches, all battle royal matches, all titles, every single match. So
So
It's
it's a
basically like a
24/7. It's 24/7 for the whole
24/7
show.
hour show with the whole show, but like everybody will get a shot at it. So people that like on the regular show PSW that haven't got a shot at a title or anything, it's kind of for fun basically. It's kind of to see like who would get the most title reigns or whatever, and how many titles somebody will get, and it's just to pass around titles basically, so everybody can get a spot. It should be interesting. And it shouldn't be that long either, since it's all battle royals.
Well, then you should call it.
Yeah.
You should really call it like Bronze Rush.
No, I call it Gold Rush. Why Bronze
Yeah,
Rush?
gold implies value.
Hmm?
Gold implies values. Those titles are worthless. Anybody can get them.
No.
They don't really give you any accreditation. I guess you could
Gold
if
Rush
they
on
held it for like 6 months, but it won't happen in that fashion because the turnover is going to be ridiculous, especially with the even
Yeah.
odds.
Yeah.
But I get
I
it.
know.
I'm just making fun of you. I thought Bronze
I
Rush
know.
was going to be a good joke. It didn't work. whatever.
No,
They can't
no,
all be
I get
winners.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I was just
but
doing
Google
it for the
something-
joke. I know.
To your
The
face for the joke.
whole
face
thing was just for the
joke.
bit.
Wow.
You are a bit.
Face is a bit.
Ooh. Your face is a bit. Your
All right.
mom's a
On
bit.
that note, let's go ahead and call this one a day. I think we've covered everything. We've covered 2K20 in depth.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your friends' families' friends, tell your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, and them. Peace.
Yeah.